Vitamin Wednesday. The New Year's resolutions are on for 2021, and of course, the most common ones that we get asked about is, can I lose weight fast? Weight loss. Everybody wants to get onto that resolution from the beginning of the year to lose weight. In my 20 years of being a nutritionist and studying Ayurveda and having a health food store for 20 years and selling vitamins, I have never seen one weight loss product that has done it all. Otherwise, we all will have it. Because all these weight loss products do have just caffeine. They could be in different names, green tea, or some other names that they're hiding the caffeine. And the whole game of marketing those products is increasing metabolism. Well, metabolism does not increase by just stimulating with caffeine. Metabolism increases with your gut or with your stomach, making sure your digestive juices are strong enough to break that food down, and of course burning off the calories that you're taking in. So I have got 10 tips that you can do on a regular basis to help you maximize your weight loss program or your protocol, or whatever you're trying to do to lose some weight. And if you keep up with this, because I think losing weight should be your goal, or should not be the goal, is being healthy should be the goal. And it's a life change. And once you continue doing these, you will see the results stick on and you will maintain that weight, not going on these fad diets or looking at these supplements or products and depending on them, because afterwards it will be back to that square one or increase that weight. So my 10 are useful in your daily life, not lost, but for everything else, making sure the system is running properly. So the first one, eat when hungry. You do not want to snack in between. If you have a regular day, if you're an average person, 3 meals are more than enough. Calorie outtake is a lot more where you're exercising really heavy or your job requires strength. Then you can snack in between. But eating those 3 meals should be more than enough. Starting with a breakfast, tip number 2, starting with breakfast should be light, but with protein and fats, because that will maintain your blood sugar until lunchtime, where you do not crash. Because if you're having oats, cereals, shakes with sugar or bars or cookies or something in the morning, you are going to crash and you're going to start feeling hungry in the middle of the day and feel sleepy. And the biggest part of your meal, or the big meal should be in the day when the pitta is high or when the sun is really bright and your stomach is also ready for those juices. Because remember, you are reacting to the light or your eyes, and your brain knows that it's time to be active. It's not time to sleep when the moon is there or when it's darker. So having that bigger meal, the pasta, the rice, whatever you're trying to have, at the point between 12:30 and 2:30. And the dinner should be the lightest, earliest as possible, 7:30, 7 o'clock, because you do not want to go with the belly full and going into sleep, because at sleep or when you're at rest, everything shuts down. Even your digestion is going to shut down. So hence what happens is the body's going to just deposit that extra calories because you're not using them, you're not consuming them. So the key is to have that more calories in the midday as you're moving. Number 3, eat a Kapha pacifying diet. Kapha is basically earth, or the heaviest element there is, because it's made of water and earth. So try to find foods that are lighter in weight. I mean, just looking at the weight is more than enough. So understanding, vegetables much lighter than potatoes, pastas, or banana, or carrots. Anything that's under the ground is going to be a little bit heavier because there's the more earth element in them. So just understanding foods and the elements makes a huge difference by understanding what you should be having when. Number 4, I recommend hot water, no ice, no cold, hot water, teas, some kind of teas, especially in the winter, but even if you're in the tropics and stuff, with ginger and green tea all day long until 4 o'clock or until 2 o'clock, where you need some caffeine or you need some other natural green tea, but really it has to be hot. It has to be warm enough. No ice, no cold water, no cold food, just warm and hot. Because heat breaks down. Just like heat melts the ice, the heat is going to melt the fat or the congestion that's happening and stimulate your juices, your digestive juices, So you can break that food down, whichever you're going to be eating, thus break down and metabolize. And that's the natural way to increase metabolism. Number 5, sleep early, wake up early. Because the body understands exactly when to release those hormones that are cortisol, which are going to be get you going out of the bed. But if they stay on for too long, then they start depositing that fat layer around your stomach and will decrease the testosterone in men, and of course decrease the testosterone or DHEA in women also, and thus weight gain. So definitely try to sleep early or the earliest possible, and then waking up early on the sunrise where you can do your yoga, your exercise at that point, and starting your day would definitely create a huge difference in your weight loss protocol. Warm water is that's number 6. Warm water is very essential, just like having those teas. But I start my day first thing in the morning. My wife and we warm water in the morning. You want to add some apple cider. You can add some lemon juice. It's very important to get the system detoxified, because when you're asleep, a lot of congestion has built up because of the food that you ate the night before. So warm water as you wake up, and warm water as you sleep, because that will make sure the water pushes to your intestines or your colon and detoxify, so you can go to the bathroom first thing in the morning and cleanse this whatever is left over from the day before and the foods that you had the day before. Because remember, it's important to what you put in, but also important to what you take out. And that will keep the metabolism high, that will keep the digestion strong, and that will keep the weight off. Number 7, exercise any small amount. Doesn't have to be hours. You don't have to join a gym. Just do something 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes on a regular basis, maybe 4 times a day, 4 times a week, or every day, just so you could sweat a little, because sweating releases the junk or the waste through your lymphs, and that's the skin has all these pores where you're releasing all those toxins, and the more toxins you release, the better the system is going to run and more efficiently, just like any car, just like any machine, or just like any computer. Number 8, after eating, you want to make sure you're not just sitting there, because if you're sitting on a desk job, if you're sitting watching TV just after you ate, then the food is basically stuck where in the stomach. It's not moving through, and the system has to go through the liver, so it sends it out all over the system, all over the body again through the heart. So doing some movement, washing your dishes, or in the office just walking around after you eat is a much better way to make sure that food gets digested. And if you really want to sit, I would try and sit on the left side, because that's where the stomach opens up and the liver is not crowding it. But remember, this area is very limited. So the liver is not pressing on the stomach, so it's opened up, so it's able to take in that food, what you ate, and digest it efficiently. Enhancing digestion is very important, because that is the key for everything. Your stomach, whatever you put in, has to break down, and if it doesn't, it gets stored, toxins build up, the channels get blocked, and disease is formed. But also weight gain is one of those that comes with that. So in making sure your digestion is strong, try to have some warm tea with ginger, fennel, all these are licorice, all these are digestive bitters right after your meals, because as you age, your digestion is going to slow down. And want to have these warm liquids just right after a meal, which is very important to make sure the food is digested again. So everything is about making sure we are digesting the food. And the last of all, number 10, the easiest and the simplest thing you can do to start your weight loss is reduce your intake by 25 or 30%. Whatever you're eating, reduce 25, 30%, and you will see a huge difference. So those are my 10 tips on daily, easy to do tips on weight loss. I have other videos, but I'll go into detail on each and every one of them, but do not depend on a supplement. Don't just do these fad diets. Do the diet, but also make these changes, because it is a lifestyle change. It is not about just doing on a short period. You want to be healthy. Your goal should be being healthy more than just losing the weight. And pay attention to digestion. This is Cosmic Mike. Hope that was informative. This is Cosmic Mike from peachvitamins.com. We'll catch up again on Friday. Have a good one. Thank you.